Hello out there in cryptocurrency land. Welcome back to Real Crypto. So Bitcoin 10,000, can we reach that before the fork? That's pretty much a week away. Today's the 8th of November. The fork's on the 15th. And Bitcoin is setting up for kind of a very interesting run that's happening here. I want you to look at the daily chart like I'm looking at it. Okay, I want you guys to see what I see. And what I see are these trend lines. Let me walk you through these trend lines real quick. If you go back all the way from way back when, and you draw a line from the low, you hit this next low, and then we have a trend line here. Then we have another trend line right here where you connect this low to this low, okay? And that's how you draw these trend lines. You're basically connecting points of support and resistance, and in this case, we're looking for support. So we're going to draw a trend line from this point to this point. This is Bitcoin 3000, the most recent low in Bitcoin. And then this trend line right here, this is a very nice pullback in Bitcoin. I just want to mention kind of the differences in the way these trend lines are drawn too. This is a big base in Bitcoin, and a base is an area of consolidation where people distribute coins and then kind of come to a consensus that it's going to go higher or not. Okay, so the base occurred, everyone sold their coins, and then they accumulated coins again. We ran up, they distributed coins, they accumulated coins again. And when you get these spike lows, you can anticipate that, hey, these are levels where big money wants to be involved. And that level tends to get higher and higher, so you end up with these trend lines sloping up. This trend line is, we don't have a spike low in this trend line if you notice, right? Here's a spike low, here's a spike low. This is a trend line, the price is just riding it. So the price is just riding this trend line. And until this gets broken, we are in an extreme uptrend. And extreme uptrends can resolve themselves into what's called a parabolic move. And if you're familiar with a parabola, I'm just going to draw a parabola for you here if you guys don't remember. A parabola is like one of those charts that kind of shows growth for something, and then boom, it just goes straight vertical. And that's pretty much what we're kind of seeing here in Bitcoin. Actually, I can probably move this. I didn't mean to draw this like for Bitcoin, but you know, you can kind of see the same shape. It forms a parabola. And when it does that, the price just goes higher than anyone thinks it's going to go. That's kind of the whole point about a parabolic move. Go back and look at the stock market from the 2000 or the 99.com bubble. And you see that those parabolas all over the place. We could be getting a euphoric move like that in Bitcoin. It's a possibility. It's not in the cards, but it's definitely a possibility. We have these bases getting smaller, these trend lines getting more aggressive. And yeah, this thing could just push up. And these parabolic moves can go extraordinarily high, and with Bitcoin being such a, Bitcoin being, I mean, it's Bitcoin. There's really nothing like Bitcoin from an investment standpoint. So we could push up to 10,000, maybe even have spike highs higher than 10,000. It's hard exactly to say, but 10,000 could be in the cards if we continue to get these bases higher and higher. I want you to notice something else. The volume in Bitcoin has been steadily rising. And yes, there's more Bitcoin in circulation, but that's not really the reason that the volume gets higher and higher. The volume back here in 2017 of April, where the average volume is, looks like 12,000? Yeah, 12,000 average volume in Bitcoin, versus today, it's 49,000. So we haven't had 4 times the amount of Bitcoin between April and now. So you can see the interest in Bitcoin just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and this could also push this higher. Okay, so a couple of reasons that it could go up higher towards 10,000. Number one being these trend lines forming a parabolic type of a run. Number two, these bases getting smaller and smaller with the interest in Bitcoin rising and rising. Could push to a euphoric move as newbies come into the market and really just kind of push this thing higher. So that being said, and I don't want to throw too many kinks into your trading plans, but there's a lot of YouTubers out there like myself probably spouting things like this. I haven't actually watched YouTube in about a week. I don't know if anyone else is talking about this, but the more people that talk about this move up like this, these parabolic runs, maybe the less likely they're going to be as extreme as they could be. So maybe we top out towards 9,000, maybe we get 9,500. But to kind of infer targets, I want to kind of show you something called the measured move if you guys aren't familiar. So the measured move is a way to take a run in a coin or a stock and try to ascertain, you know, what it's going to do in the future. So I'll typically take You can take runs like this high to this high, right? So you can apply a measured move in this fashion. And these are just some potential targets. I don't do this too much because if you spend a lot of time inferring targets, you're going to come up with like every single price level. It becomes it just becomes ridiculous. But so this price target kind of inferred this move up here to 7,500. If we do that again, we're going to get up here towards 8,800. You can see the level right there of 8,800. If we kind of take this from the bottom towards the top here, okay, kind of towards the next level of resistance right there. Okay, if we do that, then we have to go from the bottom here, and we kind of infer 8,200. So you can do measured moves in a number of ways. I like to do them from the tops like that. There's some guys that do them from breakout points, so you can kind of infer a measured move from here and up. I don't want to get too technical. I'm already getting too deep in the weeds, but the measured move will put us up here towards. Sorry guys, I already forgot what that was. I would do this measured move, and this measured move puts us up here. If we extrapolate that out, puts us up here towards 9,000, and a euphoric move could definitely easily put us up towards 10,000. Because think about it, from 9 to 10,000, what, 10-11% move? That's about an 11% move. So to go euphoric with only a 10% move is not out of the realm of possibility at all. That is definitely in the cards. If this extreme trend line holds, if we don't break down, if we do break down from this trend line, I think 10,000 is much less likely, but it's holding right now. Let me give you some shorter term perspective. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart here. Okay, so we can take this this low and imply it at this low, and here's this trend line. If this holds, if this goes higher, then that's what Bitcoin 10,000 is basically going to look like. And it's not out of the realm of possibility at all. I mean, if you look at it back here when we were at 6,000, kind of chopping around, did 7,000 look like it was going to happen? Did 8,000 look like it was going to happen? We're at 7,600 now. We topped out. So these levels, we're going to reach these levels faster and faster. The other thing to keep in mind too is that as these levels come closer and closer, all these round numbers, all these big round numbers, so 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, the percentage difference is going to be less and less and less. So it's going to be less of a hassle to reach these round numbers. So think about it. If we get to Bitcoin 10,000, okay, keep in mind we were just at Bitcoin 5,000. Like the last time we were at 5,000 was a month ago. We're already up 50% to 7,500. Okay, to me it doesn't feel that much higher. I mean, it is higher, but it doesn't feel that much higher. But from 7,500 to 10,000 is only 33%. And then if and when we get to 10,000, and I'm not saying this is going to happen afterwards, maybe, we're probably going to have some nice pullbacks. We're going to reach 15,000, which is only going to be 50% from 10,000. Think about that, right? So 50% from 5,000, we're already there. So from a month ago, we've had a 50% move in Bitcoin. So the fact that we could have another 50% move up to from 10 to 15,000 at some point, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I just want you guys to wrap your heads around the fact that as the numbers get bigger, the percentages get smaller. That's pretty much the point I want to get across there. So that's Bitcoin 10,000. Wanted to walk you through that. The other reason I'm making this video is I wanted you guys to notice that there's a little bit of change in behavior in alts for the good. I think people are starting to accumulate alts, anticipating the SegWit 2 fork coming and going, and money going into alts. We had Litecoin with an extraordinarily nice move yesterday. Okay, Litecoin had a really good move up yesterday on the tune of about 10 or so percent. Flagging out here very nicely. Maybe we'll get another move up, but we're getting higher lows in Litecoin, which is nice. Dash yesterday crossed this declining trend line and then pulled back into it pretty nicely. Go down to the 2-hour chart. Dash is doing very nice things here. The last time Dash did very nice things, it ran up 100%. Let me show you that. Okay. This was the last time Dash did very nice things, and it ran basically 100% from there. So we could do something similar. If we do that, a lot of these alts are starting to look pretty nice. The bottoming action is gone. You guys say I don't, you guys know I don't like to buy bottoms. Wouldn't buy any of this crap. I would buy this. Ethereum Classic catching a bit off of the Ethereum app. I think it's an app. The parity hack, which wasn't core Ethereum, but it was a hack on the network. So Anyway, so this is a nice run up in Ethereum Classic. Maybe this gets faded as no one talks about it anymore. We'll just have to wait and see there. Omisego. I'm not a huge RSI follower, but I did notice this. I'm starting to get more involved. Cryptos are extraordinarily volatile. So this is a spike, a very spike low on Omisego on this RSI. It's never been lower, and so that put in a nice bottom going sideways here. This declining trend line is being broken and challenged right now, so there's a possibility that Omisego could have finally bottomed. NEO, I'm not seeing quite the same action in NEO. We're still up off of this pop, which is kind of bullish. This spike down had good volume, could indicate a bottom there. But I think NEO needs to get above the 27 level before you can consider a bottom in NEO. Qtum next on the list. Qtum, however, I'm not a big fan of Qtum. It's pretty much failed at every level. Could fail here too. EOS. EOS is doing very, very well. Had a very big run up of a couple 100% here. Pulled back. Now we're starting to run again. You could get involved with EOS. This is a coin that had some good news. It's going to have 1,000 apps running on its network when its network is live. Why do my charts look horrible? All right. Anyway, so EOS has 1,000 apps on its network when it goes live. So that put a lot of pressure into the coin. So that was good. Lisk had a pretty decent run yesterday. I'm using the US dollar here because the Bitcoin is much more depressed. But Lisk here has nice sideways action here, starting to want to pop out of this. Nice curling action here. This is some nice curling action, just implying a bunch of higher lows in a row. Fighting this trend line here. This could get running for a move. That could get running for a move. One other coin here I wanted to mention, Diamond Coin had a big move yesterday, big move today as well, confirming that big 30% move yesterday, up 18% today. Diamond is a wealth storage coin. This could be one that you actually make part of a long-term core holdings, maybe with Bitcoin and some platform coin, whether it's Ethereum or something else like that. But Diamond seems to be very stable, very strong, very limited supply, so that's good for Diamond. All right, just wanted to point out those coins I saw that were really strong. You are seeing a bit of a change in behavior with a lot of these coins, especially the large cap coins. These large cap coins will lead us higher. For instance, if Litecoin's running, but Monero, Dash, and none of these other coins are running, not a very strong market. But when these coins start to run in tandem, you're going to start to see some pretty good moves generally in the altcoin market. So there you go, guys. There's the video. Thanks for hanging out. Keep in mind Bitcoin, possible 10,000, possible parabolic move happening. And some of the alts are starting to catch bids. Put your long-term positions in, I think. We've said that a couple of times already. A lot of guys have been saying that for a number of weeks now as things have drifted lower. But things seem a little bit more bullish with Dash breaking trend lines. We didn't go over Monero. Why didn't I go over Monero? Monero, very nice pattern being put in here right now. Let me go to the 2-hour chart so it's a little clearer. Breaking out as I'm recording this video. I need to go buy some Monero. So here's this channel that Monero's been living in. Every spike high has been sold off. Spike high has been sold off. This spike high consolidated, and now we're probably looks like we're going higher. So this could be good if Monero goes. Litecoin looks like it went yesterday, hopefully going higher. Dash looks like it's moving. Put some money to work, guys. Go make some cash. But you still have to have your trading rules on, have your stops on, have your alerts set. Never love a coin. All right, guys, there's the video. Subscribe if you like the channel. We do have a Slack channel that we started for Real Crypto, so go ahead and send me a message in the comments if you want to subscribe to that. And there you go, guys. Have a good day. I will see you later.